Alright, let's try this again. I was just recording the voiceover for tonight's video only to discover that I was actually recording on the wrong run. So hopefully this is the right one now. Today we're going to make a team using Cashew Nut, which is a tier 1 perk. It's been in the game for a while, but I haven't really been using it much. It is super broken, or at least it allows you to make a bunch of really broken combos that probably shouldn't be possible at all, let alone possible via a tier 1 perk. Now, initially it might seem fairly tame. If you look at the Cashew ability, it is deal 1 damage to the pet 2 spaces in front, which basically allows you to trigger heart abilities, or at least that's the intended use case, I think. However, it doesn't say at start of battle, it says before battle. And that is a pretty big distinction, because if you trigger something before battle, it will resolve before start of battle even begins. So that's a lot of words, but basically it means that you can actually remove pets from the opposing team in the before battle phase, and their abilities won't get to go off, even if they are start of battle pets. Now this was something that I brought up in private testing before Cashew Nut was released, but I guess I didn't make a strong enough case because it's actually survived a couple of updates. I think it is so awkward that, there aren't too many people playing it. I have seen some funny teams out there. I just don't think many of them, if any, have made it into videos. But today we're going to deliberately set up a super broken and ridiculous team, even though it is not Tuesday. And yeah, I think this team is funny enough that it's worthwhile playing a broken combo for once. And I guess since it hasn't been patched out yet, we're just going to have to prove that it needs adjustment. So I've actually recorded a bunch of different things with Cashew Nut in the last week or so. There are so many different combos that it makes possible. So in that sense, it is kind of nice to have it. But at the same time, I can just see this being one of those combos that takes over the game once everyone starts working out how to use it. And I really don't want that to happen. But at the same time, maybe the new matchmaking will deal with that. I did just get a message today from someone who had faced one of my Cashew teams, but so far I haven't seen anyone else mention it. So it could just be that they're getting filtered out by the algorithm. So what have we got going here? We've got Seagull and Flying Fish, which are both essential to the team. And then we're also going to go for level 3 Stoat. A lot of the time, if you need a 1-1 unit for any particular reason, Stoat is the most sensible way to do it, because you don't need to wait until turn 11 to get Mushroom and Pill. But also in this situation, we have Seagull as well, so if you're Mushroom Pilling stuff with Seagull, you can end up wasting Seagull triggers or gaining perks that you don't really want to. The purpose of the Seagull will become apparent pretty soon, I promise. And it is pretty funny, I think. So here we go, level 3 Stoat, sell, and we've got the transform ready, but we don't need it because we immediately get Kappa. So this is our team now. Cashew Nut on the Flying Fish. It has to be on a pet 2 spaces away from the Kappa for it to work, so we can't actually do this with a 2 squad. And then we're going to put something on the Seagull so that all of the summons from the Kappa end up getting perks as well. Now here, the opponent actually has Redlit Batfish at the front, but because we activated the Kappa feint ability in the before battle phase, it actually goes off before the unit gets transformed. So that shows you how strong this can be when it's working at... well, it's not quite working at full capacity yet because we don't have anything on the Seagull, but once we get a perk on there, the Seagull will guarantee go off and give the perks to the Kappa summons. The benefit here as well is that most of the teams we're obviously facing are all 5 squads, so the Kappa doesn't summon anything for them because they don't have any spaces. But on top of that, I've actually rigged up tier 3 to have as many start of battle abilities as possible. Because if you summon a pet in the before battle phase, its start of battle ability will still go off. So as you can see from the previous turns, here the Gerenuk gets activated and removes the pony's perk, and then the eel ability goes off and we get 50 HP on turn 11. Now it was a fairly close victory there, partly because we ended up with Brain Cramp in first position. Actually here I don't know if I really need to buff up the units in the backline because their abilities will go off basically guaranteed. I mean, it's not 100% guaranteed, but virtually guaranteed. So we don't really have to worry about the seagull being sniped or losing its perks. But again, here we get double Gerenuk. They both get leveled up and then they remove all the perks on the opposing board. Still a fairly close run thing because we only have 3 pets initially. But now all of the summons, apart from one, until we get a level 3 seagull, okay, we do get it on this turn, are all going to get melon as well. So we're summoning 3 units, 2 of them are going to become level 3, and then all their start of battle abilities go off. It is absolutely ridiculous. So turn 13 here, again we get the eel. Pretty sure that's the first time I've had eel in a pack that is not random for 3 years or something. But I was basically just picking all the start of battle abilities on tier 3 that I could fit in. So one more win needed. Very difficult for other teams to compete against this. On the early turns it does fall off quite hard, of course. But here's actually an ailment team, and although it looks like we're wiping their squad initially, the Manticore does a huge amount of damage there with the crisp. And that would have been a tie if those backline units had also been crisped. Actually surprised that I didn't have level 3 Kappa achievement there either. And then just to fill up the length of the video, because that run was extremely short, we're going to have a quick look at some extra rounds from another run. This one ended up losing on 9 to, massive stats across the board, but that was mainly because it just went too late. I think it was turn 18 or 19. But here on turn 10, we actually face Broken Bench, who is going for the Cuckoo Chick achievement. And opposing abilities will go off in the start of battle, before battle phase, if they are triggered. And the Cuckoo removes all the Kappa summons. And I thought that was pretty hilarious. And then lastly, here's a round against Troubadour from the same game. And luckily here, I didn't have Melon, I had White Ochre on the Seagull, which makes a huge difference against 1-up Flea. And I think Troubadour had said to me that he was playing these Vulture summon teams in super hard mode. So maybe that will be a video soon, but we do just scrape the win. Unfortunately, the run itself did end after there, but still some very funny rounds.